Look, I think the Australian cricket team have taken some good strides forward in the last 12 months. I think the support given to around the national team now is very good. There's no doubt that every young, a player that comes into the setup is going to be given every opportunity to improve and be the best that they can be. I think we'll have a clearer understanding after the Indian series and then certainly after the away Ashes series, just where we're at and how good we are. But some of the cricket that was played in the summer against South Africa, the #1 Test team in the world, was of very high quality. We need our senior players and leaders to stand up and have the 12-month period that they had last year again, and just to make the learning process that little bit easier for the younger guys. Learning's easy when you're winning. Sometimes learning can be hard when you're losing and getting beaten all the time. But I don't think we'll ever get to the stage of losing a lot of games. And even through the last 5 or 6 years, when things probably haven't been as dominant as we would have liked, we've still managed to push the best teams in their conditions or our conditions. So I think just exposing the younger guys to cricket at the highest level for as long as they can, let them learn as fast as they can. I don't think it'll be long before we're back up the top of the tree. Things that are happening with Australia A tours and all that sort of stuff's great. It's giving our younger guys an opportunity to play against arguably probably slightly stronger opposition players, and that's once again will be good for their development. As far as naming individuals, like I'm just rapt to see Phil Hughes back in the Aussie side and performing as well as he has. I mean, he made some big changes in his personal life to move from New South Wales to South Australia, and that's reaped great rewards for him so far. Usman Khawaja is someone I think that's got hopefully a long international career ahead of him. I think we've seen Steve Smith develop into a better player in the last 12 months than he was when we first saw him play for Australia as well. And the fast bowling stocks, I think that I know we keep talking about but when you think of the 12-month period that Mitchell Stark's had in all forms of the game, really great to see Clint Mackay win the one-day player of the year this year. You put Hazelwood and Pat Cummins and James Pattinson and those sort of guys on top. We've got great depth there, and probably better depth than I've ever seen in my time in Australian first-class cricket. So you'd have to say that things are on the up. If we can keep them all fit and healthy, with probably the demise of some of the other international teams at the moment. South Africa won't be strong for many more years. They'll lose a lot of their senior players. The England side will start to drop off. They'll lose Anderson and Cook and those sort of guys in the next few years as well. So by the time that happens, you'll see us probably at our absolute best with some of our young players having 20 or 30 test matches under their belt. I think just working hard is the thing that I've just always done. And my dad used to tell me daily that you'll only ever get out of something what you're willing to put in, and I've been willing to put in the long, hard yards for years and years. And look, there's no doubt that I was born with my fair share of natural talent and I guess athletic ability, but I'd like to think that I've worked as hard, if not harder, than most blokes out there as well, and continue to do that today. And a lot of that's been about setting an example as well. I want to be the one that's out there setting an example for the young blokes and letting them, or showing them if they work as hard as me, that there's some great opportunities out there for them. So the advice for me would be just take nothing for granted, use every training day to its maximum, and get the most out of yourself. Look, I've always had a bit of a thought and feeling about the best players or best people in business are the best problem solvers, and I think I've always been pretty good at solving problems, whether it's with my game or someone else's game, or being able to analyse someone else's technique and be able to use what they're doing in my own game. So if I've ever had technical issues or problems, I've been able to solve them pretty quickly and more importantly, sort of work out a method, if you like, that's going to make me better for the next training session or the next game that I play. So, with young players these days, with the technology they've got at their disposal, there's no reason why they can't. I don't want them to be over-analysing things, but when things start going wrong, there's no reason why they can't fix them pretty quickly. I'll play golf more seriously because it's something that I love doing, and if you ask Rihanna over the last 5 years, she's probably sort of been more a professional golfer than a professional cricketer anyway. But no, look, I'll definitely stay involved in the game somewhere. I love the game too much, and I think I've still got a lot to offer the game as far as whether it's in administration or coaching or whatever it might be. I'm intrigued by high performance sort of stuff as well. What is it that makes champions champions? What is it that makes great teams great teams? We've all been there and played in a lot of those sort of situations and teams, and probably never been able to put our finger on it. So the more I can spend around, I guess, more knowledgeable people in those sort of areas, the better I'll become at that. But cricket always has been my life, and I think it always will be to the day I'm not pointing up anymore.